Good evening and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Thursday nights here at Matchfit Entertainment for, of course, it's Thursday night, so it's back to Asrnz for their ACC 2026 Matchfit Entertainment GT3 World Challenge. It is round 6 tonight, and we are at Misano, viewers. I think it's sort of like the final leg in the first stage of this championship, and I think they're sort of getting all the Euro stuff out of the way first, and then they will move across the world. And yeah, it sort of gives these guys a chance maybe to even swap cars in the swap over between the two parts of the series. So next week will be interesting to see where this all lands. But we are here tonight, round 6. Enough of that malarkey. We are here, round 6 at Misano. And the boys are just rolling out for qualifying. So maybe, just maybe, Davo here might just get some vision on the camera. If we click the correct buttons, ladies and gentlemen, that's exactly what we're going to get. And tonight, running solo again, ladies and gentlemen. Do not forget to hit the like button and subscribe button. Obviously, support Matchfit and Asrnz in the process, but also giving Davo some love and some incentive to battle through this by himself. So yeah, give us a quick thumbs up and hit us up in the chat box. I think mine has already joined in on the viewing, as we, well, like I said, we are watching the boys just starting to roll and in qualifying now. This is a 1-lap qualifying. So these guys will be quite smart getting out there and getting it done pretty quickly. No mucking around for these guys. Just going to have to smash it out. Get it done. And park the car. Then I think what these clever people here at Asrnz have done as well with the Race Command software. Thank you, Race Command, and obviously thank you, Matchfit and GAMAFLARE, and everybody else that's involved in bringing this all together. The big brains at Race Command have developed their software. So these boys, as they go into the feature race here, race 2 tonight, the grid will be sorted to finishing positions. Unheard of, you say, ladies and gentlemen, in ACC. No, it's not. We've just got to come to Asrnz to get that sort of service. So yeah, nice work from the boys over there. Like I said, very short, quick fire session here. These guys, no mucking around. They are just literally going to come out and try and get these things up to temp, and get straight back out there. I'll get these things up to temp, and should I say carry on, get back out there. What am I thinking? No time for that. And carry on and try and hit their marks as fast as they can without bidding it in the wall, ladies and gentlemen. There is a sort of measure of hesitation with these guys. Look, they do want to be towards the pointy end of the field, but look, bidding it in a 1-lap qualifying is not going to get to the pointy end of the field, so there's a certain amount of reservation here. That's a respect from the boys. They're just going to get that banker in. They only get one go at this. So, awesome stuff. Just the usual suspects out there. Obviously, Icarus, Ash Dial, Damien Jones, as these boys actually starting to roll their pit stop, their laps now. Lee Perkins, another one to watch, always sliding the big bad Datsun around and doing a stellar. Steve Wilton back in the serve tonight. did a stellar job actually last week, so definitely one to look out for, as is Steve Melling, as always, in the 713 Castrol car. So yeah, nice work from Steve as well. Looks like a couple of people choosing maybe to just sit out and start from the back field. So a couple of these guys maybe just a little bit quietly confident in their pace and their capabilities. So that will be interesting to see how that all pans out, as I think that is pretty much wrapped up. Oh, who is left on? Of course, Perko, always late to the party. Come on, Larry, get it together. Sano. Look, to be honest, not a big fan of this track to drive, but definitely love calling this, and there we see it once again. Perko. Loads of angle and plenty opposite lock in the big bang Dado. Nice work. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Quick recap on the qualifying. Easy to see right there. Icarus, Dial, Melling, Steve Wilton, Damien Jones running at the top 5. So Icarus and Dial on the front row there. Steve Melling and Wilton, teammates and good friends in the second row. Watch that space. DJ, Damien Jones, Lee Perkins, both of these guys fairly healthy competitors in their own right. Obviously Kenny Simpson, Phil Turner, Joe Grimmer, and then I think from Joe down, basically, Fam, McKellar, Jensen, and Ashley Rediger, they're all choosing not to qualify. So interesting stuff. Read into it what you will. Well, you know I'm reading plenty into it. But yeah, obviously very confident with their skill sets here at Misano and the pace of their cars. Time will tell. I think we got a 20-minute and then a 50. A 50, god damn, Davo. Lucky I've got plenty of neck oil here to keep the vocal cords lubricated. Whew, there's a lot of racing going on here tonight. As you can see there on the calendar, we are here at round 6. So you can see by that all those European rounds getting wrapped up there. Spa, Nürburgring, Silverstone, Imola, Catalunya, and Misano here for round 6. And then into the second stage of the series, the Intercontinental GT Sprint, as it is labelled quite correctly there. And then we'll start visiting Australia, Japan, and America, the US, and the like. Actually, just quickly while these guys, just see it start to circulate out onto from the grid, out on the track there for their formation lap. But we do have points. My, we have got all the information here. Just get a quick load of that. Obviously, Shane Fodder with a commanding lead, to say the least. Damn, near 200 points over the next competitor, which would be Jack McKellar in one of the Tokyo taxis. Liam Curran, I don't think on our grid here tonight either, missing out again. Then we got Icarus and Melling and Perkins, and you don't have to look too hard to see there's a couple of close battles there going on. So always some rivalry, but a few guys missing off the grid, and this is what mixes this right up throughout the series. Is real life gets in the way of these damn sim races, and every now and then they will miss around, and that's mixing up the points a little bit here. And I suppose, talking about missing rounds, Shane Fodder leading the championship just feels like he doesn't even need to turn up tonight. He's got this. can probably miss a couple, but we'll just wait and see. As is a few of the other drivers there, as you can clearly see on the calendar, on the points standing there. Let's get back to the action, ladies and gentlemen. These guys are starting to wind down into the back center of the track. Steve Belling on screen. You can see Wilton lurking in the background, the body language. He's starting to form up now, close to the back end of the circuit. He's trying to get set. Round 6 here at Imola. Asrnz's 2026 Matchfit Entertainment GT3 World Challenge. Final race, or final round in the first half of the season here, round 6, before they move away from Europe and into the Intercontinental, as you saw it labelled there earlier on the
green light, go, go, go.
Here we go. Good start from Mellick there. Gets a really good jump on Icarus straight away. Puts pressure on Dial through T1, as does Wilton on Melling. It's at fight. I knew that was going to start pretty early. But I think the Lee Perkins, David Jones, down there as well. Who is that? Phil Turner. Let's get a little bit of a sticky beak in that. We don't usually do, Germany. Oh no, that is Spam, the flip player man. Kamikaze missed his brake mark totally. Put that car into the back of Phil Turner. Unlucky start for the boys there. Couple of Lexi out in front now in Icarus and Dial. Steve Belling there. The teammates, Steve and Stephen and Steve. Steve and Steve. Anyway. Pair of Steves. 3rd and 4th. Wilton and Melling. That is Wilton past Melling. Obviously, just sneakily there, and we just see in the background there. Let's just see that pass there. I'm not sure if we can. We just put one back in, actually. Right, Wilton pass through that multi-apexing right-hander there. You can see that back group of cars there that didn't qualify. There's 4 of them tucked in behind Kenny there. Obviously, joined by the likes of T-Fam and the Lions. We need a couple in front here because Jones, you can see just the end of that replay there, very sideways. Sandwiched in between Lee Perkins and Steve Melling, and now Perko gone way. Perko in the pits, no surprise. Early pit stop. Did I forget to mention, ladies and gentlemen, compulsory pit stops. Both races here tonight. So a couple of guys in the pits. McKellar, one of them, Veniger, also in the bright red Mustang. Are getting it in there early. Phil Turner in a very beaten Red Bull Ferrari there after a bit of a touch up from, I think it was Kamikaze there. So plenty going on very early in the race here. This race will run pretty quickly, only 20 minutes here, and we are already down a few laps already. Icarus holding his own out in front. Dial. Great. Wilton. No disrespect to Barlow. It's just like, I am surprised at this man's pace the last couple of weeks. Really dialed in. He is very much a part-time driver. And to just jump in the car over the last couple of weeks and smash it out of the park is awesome stuff. Belling in tow. Damien Jones in 5th. In behind that, the only thing that changed really behind that was that Perkins went in the pits, which gifted obviously Kenny Simpson spot, as a few other guys go. T-Fam now tucked up behind and now past Kenny Simpson. nothing. Let's get back to the action. Genuinely aghast at Wilton's pace over the last couple of weeks here. He has literally ranged up on the back of the Lexus. Dial, no slouch, particularly behind the wheel of the Lexus. And look at the pace in the straight line you can see there from the Tokyo taxi, the Camry, if you wish, down that back straight through those multiple apexes and in this real tight, sneaky corner. And Wilton, loads of pressure on him now at the moment as Wilton goes into the pits. Can he hold that together? Only just. What? Talk about coming in hard. That's where Steve gets that in. Who is that in? I was stuck in behind him. 2 points well with him with the damage on the car. No surprise. No surprise. Sharp racing here tonight. In the heat race here. Already past the 15-minute mark here as we just get eyes on Lee. It's actually just having a little sneak in behind here. So this is Jake McKellar. Jake McKellar and Ashley Medica, mind you, these two horses did start from the pit lane, or from the back of the grid, should I say. So definitely confident in their car setups or whatever it may be. Just didn't have time. Who knows? With Astro and Assetto job back at Asrnz in a GT3 car, and with the boys on us the last few weeks, I tell ya, in that Mustang. So nice work from him to see Fam actually ducking out the piece behind him live on camera. Bam will want to move forward pretty quickly, so expect some temperature coming to the back of that Mustang from G-Bam in McLaren. As always, Fam with the mojo on, get it done, and at a rapid pace. Still end up poking out there, actually 8th position, so not too bad. Oh, actually, it's only just in front of Lee Perkins in behind McKellar. Lee Perkins, Jake McKellar, that is a battle I want to see. So just watch that space there. You can see back shot there. Now this, like I suspected, is always going to get close. Fam is going to have a look, no doubt. Sooner rather than later. Be careful there. Ashley's not going to just hand it to him on a silver platter, and looking at the 175 must not got a scratch on it. Sleep. Well, no surprise in Ashley. Gentleman racer, and here we go. There it is. Can he make it live there in this awkward little kink? This long right-hander out from the back straight there. Tricky little corner. The camber drops off on the exit. Still lined in that. It's taken about 3 corners so far. Is he going to get it done? He's got the inside. The Mustang's got the muscle on the outside though. But it was only a matter of time. Ready to go. Having to yield there. Nice work from both of them. They keep it clean, fast, clean stuff, good overtake. But mind you, it did take about 4 or 5 maybe more apexes to get the business done there. So, yeah, like I said, nice work. Thanks for hitting us up in the chat box there, bungers. Yes, go keep have a crack at this car, like stellar stuff. Replicating his pretty much drives this car. This paint job doesn't matter what he steps into, and yeah, it's a massive support for CQ Steel. This is us here at Matchfit Entertainment, and yeah, Carl looks fantastic. Always looks hot, and Kenny at the wheel again makes it even better. We did actually vote that, I think, sometime late last year as the best painted car in the series, and he hasn't changed it since. I wouldn't either. I had voted it. Nice work. Let's keep looking up the grid here. Oh, well, we're lucky we did. That is Ash Dial having Indian Jones. And look at these two guys going at it. Neither of these cars pitted. Now, neither has Simpson, Gribber or Jensen either. As you can see clearly on the total there, ladies and gentlemen, all those green boxes there mean those drivers have pitted. And there goes Jones. Gets in, gets turning quick. Tricky little, it is a little bit of a tricky entry there. It looks pretty simple on paper, but when you throw it in there at that sort of speed, it can prove problematic, as we just see a couple of boys there. Simpson and that is fun. Yeah, oh, that's Turner, Ferrari. Front looks great on this car. Hey, look at the back of it now. I think he might have repaired it. I don't know. She had a few scars. So Jones in the pit, Jensen in the pits as well. You can just see that Porsche dropping off the jacks. Top shot there. And out goes Damien Jones. Jensen will not be too far behind him in the R35. A bit of a dawdle down the pit exit here. Very much a dawdle down the pit this track. It must be painful. It's literally in the peripheral. I'm sure these guys can see this. The other cars coming through 1, 2. We've got to try and pick them up at 3 there, so tricky stuff. But that is racing. Look, have a look at this one. Steve Belling, Lee Perkins, Jacob Kelly, and T-Man. All in a row here. We get over the rear wing of Steve Belling's car. Look at that lot, that angry pack buzzing behind him there. And there is plenty of talent in those 4 cars there. And Melling will want to have his A game on, because those boys, they will not take any prisoners, as we just see Melling very, very, very sideways there. I can keep that together. Himself a mischief. Perko would have been all over that chat. Who was that in the background? I think that was Big Man running very, very well. Oh, just got it out over the Whippleston there. Couldn't pull the car, couldn't arrest it quick enough. Looked like he took evasive action not to tag back on McKellar's Lexus there, so very lucky. But still very much in touch. Okay. Well. Look who's right behind him there. Wesley Berger. Mr. Silent Achiever. DJ Damien Owens in the background in the very understated red horse there. Ash style in the pits as we speak. Kenny Simpson Owens. Kenny yet to pit. As is Joe Grimmer. Oh, well, as we speak, Joe Grimmer in the pits. Just get that. And Icarus. Drive through for fan. Well, there you go. Just saw that pop up on my screen. Maybe it popped up a whole bunch earlier, but I did not see it. There you go. Drive through for fan. Possibly after his pit stop or through track limit infringements. Icarus. Then Wilton and Melling with that lot behind him. Oven. Have a look at this. They got even closer and they've bunched up even more. Like a posse. Looking over the rear wing, just point out there's a little bit of Matchfit wall paint on the camo. But yes, just have a look at Perkin corner here, out there on the replay there, got a little bit loose, literally loses 2 positions immediately. That's how much those cars are. You do not want to muck that up. Malik holds down, and is that just given? Jake McKellar, he's like, okay, I'll have a crack. And Jake McKellar's just like, no mucking around, let's get this done, I'll go first. T-Fam sizing him up now as well. So plenty of pressure now from Melly. He's really got to keep his cool here. Only Simpson yet to pit. Everybody else has done their stops. I think actually Simo is in the pits as we speak there. You can just see that P beside his name there. Remembering, got this one, Melling, or McKellen now in front, Melling, Deeper. And I was going to say too, but he did have a drive through over his head and he has quite rightly ducked that car into the pits to clear that before the end of this race. And before we get reset for race 2, finishing positions for race 2 and the feature race here at ACC. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you did hear that correctly. It only happens here at Asrnz too, mind you. Quick turnaround thanks to the race command software. And a big pat on the back to the big roads over there. Entertainment sponsoring the series. This first series this year, proudly sponsoring this, and obviously always when we're sponsoring the night, we're meant to be alive on the internet. Yeah, once you get to the on a Thursday night. Oh, here, Perko having a red hot crack around the outside. Hits the outside door of Melling's car. Process and again in the front corner. Talk about it, tense. Yeah, you think he wants to get past? Maybe, just a little bit. You want to be careful now. Who's got the merge? Jazz in that hill. Ashley Bettigar sitting tucked in right behind him there. The mid-pack battle. Burko. Steve, oh, dodging it a weaving. Melling. We'll have eyes all over Goose and Melling on the right to the next corner here. So roll up to this good right hand here. Watch this. Can you get it done? A little bit of a tag on the door there. Melling suffers more. Loses the position to Ashley Bettiger as well. So unlucky for Melling there. Back a couple of spots. Aggressive body language from Perkins there. Getting tucked in to gain that position. 4 seconds to go.
Leaders on final lap.
And Icarus literally, man, he had like a second and a half to get across the line. Mate, he could just roll down. I saw this last time. I'm talking to you, Stuart. Could have rolled out with 20 seconds too. Like this, but Icarus literally a second and a half across the line for the final lap there, pushing it to another lap. Steve Wilton currently holding that second position. What a freaking awesome job from Farmer there. Jake McKellar, look, give it another 10 minutes. I think Jake might have sort of, maybe starting to put some pressure on. But with only, well, there's no time. This is race to the line. McKellar was third. Lee Perkins muscling his way past Steve, taking Ashley Bettiger with him. Bettiger has been in tow for some DJ back in 7th at the dial with T-Fam with an up-down kind of race tonight. And back in nice position. Kenny Simpson rounding out the top 10 out of 13, 14 I think we got on here on track tonight, so not a bad turnout. As we watch Icarus.
The leader has finished the race.
Right across the line. This position. Steve Wilton not that far behind. Keller very much in tow. Right behind him, so well done for those three boys. Don't have to look far back. Perkins actually Steve Bell, Damien Jones. A very close field of cars here. A 20-minute race, mind you. Ash Dial in 8th, like I just called, like literally just seconds ago. T-Bam in 9th. Kenny Simpson rounding at the top 10. In that stunning CQ Steel Industries number 68 Mustang. Joe Grimmer. Will Turner. Looking for a pass. Turner gets it done. And I thought we just got an extra number in our Jetson already in the pits. We're going to get the 13 drivers. I thought there may have been, Van just got a 32nd as well, an extra head that just jumped in the door, and well, who would that be? That would be Shane Fodder. So, championship leader at the moment, and currently is now back in the race. I thought we'd lost him for the round, but no, he's turned up for the feature race. He's here to get the big haul on the points in the feature race. He's just like thinking, oh, whatever, who needs a heat race? Who needs those points? I'll just stick to the features and pull the big money. So yeah, good to see Shane Fodder on the grid, ladies and gentlemen. 13 cars on the grid. Congratulations, like we already mentioned, to Damien Icarus, Steve Wilton, and Jake McKellar. I think these boys got to do a quick reset. That'll give us a chance here to refresh our beverages. And yourself, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe before you walk away, and definitely come back and watch this next race, 50 minutes around Masano for round 6 in Asrnz's 2026 Matchfit Entertainment GT3 World Challenge. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be back in a moment. Welcome back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the feature race in Asrnz's 2026 Matchfit Entertainment GT3 World Challenge here at Misano. We just wrapped up the heat race. Quick 20 minutes, smash it out little affair. And these boys plonked back on the grid in their finishing order. Yes, I keep saying this. You did hear that right, ladies and gentlemen. Surprise, surprise. These guys here at Asrnz have, got the big brains working on this stuff, and they are able to make this stuff happen in ACC. Awesome stuff, and it is a game changer. These guys going out for the feature race here. 50 minutes. Now the compulsory pit stop here in this one here at Misano, last of the European leg of this championship before they head into what they call the Intercontinental GT Sprint part of the championship here, where we will go to Bathurst, Suzuka, Kyalami in South Africa, Watkins, Indianapolis, and Circuit of the Americas, aptly named COTA, just to keep the commentators happy, because Circuit of the Americas is a bit of a stretch, when you're calling this sort of stuff. The boys are out on track here, lining up, getting ready to go again. In the feature, 50 minutes of goodness. We saw some, and look, I don't even need to tell you who finished first, second, and third, because you can see it right here on the it's Icarus, Wilton, and Jake McKellar. Perko muscling his way into fourth position somehow, with Asrnz and Toad, Jones, Melling, Dial, Kenny Simpson, T-Fam after a sketchy race from Famikaze, bringing it back home into 10th position after a couple of penalties. Phil Turner, Joe Grimmer, Zach Jensen, and Shane Fodeno has popped his head into the server, the current championship leader, albeit starting from the pit lane. So he's just doing boys getting gridded up, getting sorted out for round 6 here. Race 2, round 6 here at Misano in Asrnz 2026 Matchfit Entertainment GT3 World Challenge. A lot of tyre warming going on there from Perko. I don't think he needs it really, to be honest, because he's going to just cook him in the first couple of laps, sliding that big old data around. But we are about to go green here. 50 minutes, compulsory pit stop, ladies and gentlemen. Round 6 here at Assetto, and we have a green light, good, clean, and even start from pretty much the whole field. No seconds. Let's get out of the back. Oh, Icarus' car, and you can see there immediately that was McKellar turning with the slightest of tag. The Wilton that has things up, everybody sort of backed off a little bit, just let that go by the wayside. And that has shuffled us up somewhat. Look at going on beside and around Melling. That is Dial and Fam. Dial past Melling, past DJ. Fam right there in amongst it. Oh my God, what a start from these guys. Whoa, Stetson in the background there, just tagged on to the back. I think Kenny Simpson let us Fam and DJ at the moment, because that's where the action is here. Fab again, super aggressive. At the start, that McLaren hooked up. Knows how to pedal it on a cold tyre. We got in the final corner, first lap. What a start. Wilton coming off second best there, unfortunately. Immediately put him up. And now we see that car back in the pit lane already. And oh, look, this rear wing of Damien Jones. Let's get over the back of this. This camera angle is unfortunate to say the least. It really does. Oh, look at this screen, bloody wide. Oh no, how's this going? I can't believe they came out of that unscathed there. Jones just literally not giving in. Steve Melling with, oh, just the best view of all that. Let's see if we can replay on that actually. Let's just have a look at this. 3 wide, ladies and gentlemen. Down into the left hand here, down the hill. 0 contact. Ah, amazing. Good tidy stuff from the boys, as always. And Melling with the bird's eye view. What a first couple of laps this has been as they wind out onto the back straight. And there it is. That Ham on Jones. He gets it done. Jones is like, I've got nothing. I got nothing, T-Man. Bro, take it. Span for it. Icarus, good clean stuff. Perkins up in front. After McKellar had to yield just slightly after a little bit of contact with Wilton there. That has changed the dynamic of this race. Absolutely. Icarus in the Lexus, Perkins in the Datsun, and McKellar in a Lexus as well. Ashley Vedigar in that big bad bright red Mustang. Comes forth for T-Fam on his way after dispatching Jones, and look at this little impact fight going on here. And this isn't actually right, it's actually this back. Look at this, but oh! Come on! Get another look at that! He's on the brakes early. Oh, looked like he totally missed his marker. He was coming in hot. Gets into the back of Jones. Jones lucky to survive that actually. And Doyle going back in position to Zach Jensen. So that's a spicy little battle going on there. That is the mid-pack right there, ladies and gentlemen. DJ Daniel Jones, Zach Jensen, Ash Dial, Steve Belling, Kenny Simpson, also amongst that little pack there, and Phil Turner on the back of that little bunch of cars there. That is a battle royale between those 6 cars right there. Let's get back up the body and just see what the boys are at. Icarus out in front. Needs to get the guns on. Perko will run pretty hot towards him. Can he keep that Datsun in? Keller right behind the Datsun, and we just get a little bit of a front shot here out of the Lexus here, and at the back of this. Look at this. This is like front sprinter cam. Like seriously, look at this camera. Just look at the body language in the skyline, moving around all over the of mistakes out of the Datsun, and it will be all over. What's going on the back of Jake? Actually, it's well. I'll tell you what's happening on the back of Jake McAllister. That's happened pretty damn quickly. And that is T-Bam making the move. Ashley got a foot wrong, perfect line from the Mustang. Might be slightly shallow on his entries there. Really placing the car well. Little wriggle there, and that's all it'll take there. Fam to get that McLaren up in beside him and get it done through the first kink here at the end of the back straight. Skyline though. Amazing. As always. Good couple of little fights going on here with Jensen and Jones. Dial and Melling in the ground. Melling tucked right up underneath that GRD Lexus of Dial. On point, up to speed, ready to take it to him. Thanks for the heads up on the mic settings there, Mungers. Hopefully just enough to bring it up a little bit. But yeah, that is the mid-pack. Steve Melling, Ash Dial, Damien Jones, Zach Jet up to Pointy and Icarus away. Not challenged at all. Unlike Lee Perkins, who, look at this lot now. Lee Perkins, Jake McKellar and T-Fam. Second, third and fourth. And that battle's hot. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Look at that going on in the background there. Quick little snippy replay there. What Lee Perkins has got on behind him there. It's a lot. It's a lot. He's probably breathing a little bit of a sigh of relief, to be honest. Because they are occupying each other and keeping the pressure. Just probably relieving a little bit of pressure there as we just, that looked like T-Fam shooting off into the pit lane there. It's just like, I'm out of this battle. You guys are holding me up. So we're just going to duck into the pits there. T-Fam in the pit lane in the Giga Racing McLaren. So probably a smart move from Fam there. Clever strategy. Doesn't change the fact that McCallum is still all over the back of Larry Skyline here. G'day, Warren. Yeah, mate. Yeah, flying the other circles tonight. I've got one win. I've got this. Davo's got this on solo, ladies and say, look, get a bit of moral support. Thanks for hitting us up in the chat box, but hit the like button there while you're there, boys. And thank you, viewers, for tuning in again here on a Thursday night for Asrnz's ACC rounds tonight, where it is round 6 here at Misano with the Asrnz 2026 Matchfit Entertainment GT3 World Challenge final round in the first stage of the championship. Now move away from Europe as we just still got eyes on Perko there with McKellen chasing him down. Both of these guys were hard. So next week I think we're heading off to, I think we're going to Bathurst. I think it's Australia first, then Japan, Kailami in South Africa, and then finishing off the season in the US. So yeah, lots of racing yet to come here in the Asrnz ACC series here. The Matchfit Entertainment 2026 GT3 World Challenge, ladies and gentlemen. Links to Asrnz's Discord is in the description of the stream here. So just click on it, get amongst it, sign up, and come and join these boys on track. Good field of cars here tonight, 14 on track. Here, I think we might have had one retirement, and Steve Brookner already got beaten up early in the race. But yeah, definitely jump on board with these boys. And while you're clicking at that link, obviously click the like button, ladies and gentlemen, and support Asrnz and Matchfit in the process. So good little fight, McKellar, Lee Perkins. That is for second and third. Ashley Rediger in the background. We did see T-Fam on the back of those two earlier, just choosing to get into the pit lane and get out of that fight. Maybe rightly so that McLaren at the hands of T-Fam did look particularly quick, and probably for the best for him to get out of that fight and find some clean air on track. We will have stuck to T-Fam and see where he is. Where is he? Back in, well, he's in last position, obviously. First car to pit. But, yeah, rolling down the back straight as we speak. Now, just talking about all of that jazz, we need to talk about Ashley Bediger, because we did talk about Lee Perkins and Jake McKellar holding down second and third at the moment and going at it, and you can just see them in front of shot there. So Ashley Bediger very much in touch with that little fight for second and third, and so I would bet is very much in contention for a podium position here tonight. So definitely watch that. Jensen a little bit further back in one of the dados in fifth, in clean air by Joan, Dodd, Melling, Turner, all in the background with a little bit of air between them. That little mid-pack battle has separated somewhat, and not so much of a battle at the moment. The real battle here on track at the moment is 100% Lee Perkins and Jake McKellar. Let's get eyes on that. Get a load of this. Oh, it's Perko very sideways to the T1 King. But Perko, once again, got the Datsun Heller set up like a freaking drift car there. Boys, we just see McKellar run deep. Looked like he was taking evasive action, to be honest. Looked like he might have just missed his mark there, only by a fraction. And nearly into the back of Perko's car, and has lost a little bit of gap on that car. But, seriously, Perko keeps flogging these rears like he is. I can tell you, McKell will be right back on him, and it probably won't take long. You can see Ashley better get back a shot there. Actually, you can see a few of the boys there, Zach and Damien Jones as well. Back a shot there down that long shot on the back straight, and like I mentioned, McKellar immediately back up underneath the rear wing of the Datsun. Perko really does need to keep his cool here or get that car in the pits. We are winding down to the 30-minute. We can see that on the screen there, actually, ladies and gentlemen. So we're not even 20 minutes into this race yet. So these guys still got plenty of work to do. And some of them most definitely working harder than actually. Let's get that on board of the Alexa. Particularly good. It's like literally mounted in now with the front split ending. So have a look at this shot. And just get a load of the body language and the loads that are going through that skyline at the hands of Lee Perkins at the moment. Larry giving it a height. It actually looks like he's settled down a bit. Maybe he's sort of cotton on and going, oh, you know, maybe I need to get these tyres to last maybe another 10 laps. I don't know. Covering the inside there. Through the kink. That's where the overlap comes through that series of corners there. They really do need to cover that first kink. From then on, they pretty much got it. And that's what he did here. Just rolling around these idle complex corners there again and again. You see that? The Datsun sideways. And again! Massive opposite lock. It's made him vulnerable to McKellar. He's covering already. McKellar side by side into one. It's a dodgy little hard kick there into this left-hander. Working hard. These boys got it going. And Ashley Bedinger just sitting back there just going, go hard, boys. I'll pick up the crumbs. Thank you very much. And again, we just see that. We don't even need to get out of that nose cam with Jake McKellar to see the Datsun Lee Perkins. Just rotating. Plenty of slip angle. Multiple times around the lap. A good little fight. Second, third, and fourth if you want to add in that red Mustang, and I think we should be adding in that red Mustang into this conversation here, because that red Mustang ready to pounce if there is the slightest slip up or a little bit of contact between these two boys in front of them, and definitely in a position to make a gain here as we see McKellar ducks out into the pits here, gets a stop. Perko. So that's Icarus in the pits as well. Actually, I didn't see that car come in. So Icarus in the pit lane as well. Put Perko and Ashley Vediger the top of the list there. I think that's just adjusting now. Yes, so Perkins, Vediger, and Jensen. Jensen. Just pick up on camera there. Did you see that? He was just gathering it up after a big slide out onto that short shoot straight in the middle of the circuit there. And again, wriggling around a lot. So maybe it's just a Datsun thing. You know, these things are just like to be driven like that. It's not just Perko that's doing it. So But yeah, Icarus, Jensen, should I say, no slouch, definitely one to look at. If we look back only a little bit, it is Ash Dial chasing, but in a very much in clean air here at the moment. Unlike Phil Turner, who has Simpson behind him, and then Shane Fodderday. Okay, so we haven't talked about Fodderday a lot tonight. He's been slowly working his way through the field after starting from pit lane, and is now up into 7th position. Just look at our totem there, ladies and gentlemen. His unpitted car. So just roll around this final little double left complex here, and then on to the start pretty straight once again. And all of those three photos, Simpson and Turner, stay on. Perkins now in the pits. Well, look, this is what we really need to look at and see where Perko comes out here over so McKellar, what is going on there? So McKellar, like way back, he's like 2 corners back there. Perko, oh, here we go. It's this long pit lane here. This will be close, actually. Have a crack at this, ladies and gentlemen. There's McKellar's car. It's Lee Perkins' car. Oh no, he's got him by a mile, actually. So nice work. Nice work from Lee Perkins there in the pit stops. A good, sharp stop from himself. I don't even think I have the data. That is very much my wingman's part of the job here. So I'm just going to say we can clearly see made a gain on the pit stop. Okay, I don't even need to look at the numbers, and neither do you. Big gains from Perko on the pit stop. Has he opted not to go for a tyre, or is there some other trickery that's going on there? But yeah, Perko definitely making gain on Jake McKellar. So we've got Phil Turner in the pits now. So there's still quite a few guys here yet to pit. The Ferrari looking a lot shinier than it did, I tell you, in race 1, where it had a few battle scars, a little bit of hail damage around the back end, if you know what I'm saying. But yeah, this one looking this time looking a lot cleaner than not work. Ashley Bedecker currently leading the race and doing a stellar job of it, and what a time to pick him up on the camera here as he just actually rocks into the pits and goes in hot. And that was close to the wall, gets the thing pulled up. Nice conservative on the stop, but damn, did he tip that thing in quickly. Let's see what Ashley Bedecker can do. Now, remembering that Ashley was just tucked in behind the likes of Lee Perkins and Jake McKellar. So let's see what he can pull out of the bag here, ladies and gentlemen. We are just over half the race here. No surprise, these guys are starting to complete their pit stops. Well, that looks like, who's that in the background there too, pitting? Is that, that's Kenny Simpson in the CQ Steel car. As we sit overhead in the chopper cam. Now, where do we need to look? We need to look at Lee Perkins. We need to look at Lee Perkins. We need to look at Jake McKellar. There's Lee Perkins. There's Jake McKellar. Where is Ashley? Here he is, rolling out of the pit lane. He's on a boat. Seriously. Just smashed them both. Wow. Go Ash Rediger in the Mustang, the Ford team on point in the pit lane here tonight in the feature race. Well, I look, to be honest, definitely did not see that one coming, as we see a couple of drive-thrus come up, and I tell you what, one of them isn't for Ashley Rediger, so he nailed that pit stop, but we got drive-thrus for Damien Jones and Joe Grimmer. I think Grimmer just clearing his now. Right, Wally. Here come the DTs. But there's only a couple more guys to come. And oh, look, they're all in now, actually. All of them. Jensen, Dial, and Fodado. All in the pit lane now. So that is like, oh, they're just sort of the last stragglers, let's say, as we watch Damo Icarus, who in theory should be leading this race, and runs across the line to continue to lead this race over at Rediger in second position. Well, I tell you, I did not see that one coming, but I applaud you, Ash. Nice work. OG. Go the OGs. I think that's what we were getting last week from Aztec. Stop commenting on. Where is Aztec tonight? What the hell? Come on, guys. Give us a thumbs up. Come on, you gotta just give me a thumbs up at least. Just for hanging in here by myself. You know, slowly up here in the comms box. Jesus, I'm gonna go and get my booze from the fridge. And give all these boys a thumbs up as well. Obviously, support ASRNZ and Matchfit in the process by doing so. This is looking hot. Ashley will have some work on his hand. He's got 20 minutes to go, and these guys are coming in hot. Like, seriously, you can see the gain from Larry. Not far behind McKellar. Look at these two. These guys have been running hot the whole race. Obviously, we've seen Icarus out in front in just a different postcode. Hasn't had a lot of air. You just get that when you're that good. Oh no, that was a little slip up. Oh, did I put the bloody curse on him? Ladies and gentlemen, did I put the curse on him? Seriously. Ah. Oh, I tried not to. I was talking the guy up. So, little slip up. Unfortunately for Ashley Rediger goes back at least 2 positions, and that will put Lee Perkins and Jake McGillar back in that second and third position on the podium with little under 20 minutes to go. Oh, I'm really disappointed. You tell me. Hit us up in the chat box. We just see from the helicam there, look like McKellar running wild. This battle, if the tyres stay intact, will run all the way to the wire, I suspect, between these two. Oh, and I'll tell you, just looking at the body language of Perkins' car, if he can keep that in a straight line for the next 19 minutes, I'll be surprised. So, if we see him again, like how much turn angle? Let's see that. Just play that again. Here we go. Let's just play this into it. Bam. Sideways. Ah. What? Oh, no, oh, that brake line's full. Larry. So, plenty going on there. Who is in the lead? It is TFAM. How did that happen? None of us know, but has done his pit stop and is out front of Icarus. So that fight between Perko and McKellar is most definitely for the bottom step of the podium. Nice work from Fam. Their lot cleaner race than he had in race 1, and that is showing right now with him leading this race in the 111 Giga Racer McLaren as we speak. Let's give Fam a bit of love. There you go. Giga Racer. T-Bone. And I was calling Icarus out before for being in another postcode. Oh my, look, give this guy some credit. So we've got the 111, then we've got the 222 in Icarus. Yeah, in the Lexus. Doing a stellar job, mind you. So, nice work from both of those boys as it's deep through that final complex of corners. Lee Perkins not by mate. Jake McKellar is not going to let go of the back of that Datsun. I tell you, Ashley Rediger probably a little disappointed in himself there, and just trying to refocus and make sure he keeps it together for the rest of this race, because was most definitely in a very hot position there before that little slip up, so he giving himself an uppercut and moving on from that. Zach Jensen currently holding our 6th position. Dane Bonato started from the pit lane. Series leader at the moment. Didn't compete in the heat race, and has, which forced him to start obviously from the pit lane. Has, look, I tell you, this guy just definitely playing a long game. He's got a commanding lead over the championship at the moment, and probably felt that he probably even need to turn up for the heat race, and it's just turned up for the big money. And damn, he's making a good show of it, but not taking any risks. Hence, just sitting in 7th there. Car's on track, car's looking clean. Not driving it hard enough that it wants to kill him. And so, basically driving a safe race, so nice work. Melling, Steve Melling in the 713 Castrol McLaren, doing a stellar job. Mr. Fly under the radar, Steve Melling in 8th position. Ash Dial actually just in the back of shot there, as you can see, running in. Phil Turner, and we did just see Phil's a very, very clean Red Bull Ferrari in the pit lane earlier, and I did comment how tired he was in the pit stop this race compared to last race. But rightly so, it was pretty messy in the heat race after a few altercations. Probably not all of his own doing, but yeah, just he's holding down 10th position there. But, Kenny Simpson not too far behind in the CQ Steel Industry entry, number 68 Mustang. So go Kenny Simpson. Not too far behind. We have Grimmer, Jones, and Jones sitting on the track. Grimmer just coming out of the pits. We know Wilton has retired the car. T-Fan. I'm just sorry, guys. I was just distracted. I was reading the comments on the in the chat box. Mr. Wally Baker was just saying that T-Fan's got a seat that blows wind up his ass. Did I change? That's all he needs, isn't it? His seat. Anyway, okay. I'll just leave that there. That was Davo's interpretation of that comment. Thanks, Laurie. But, yeah, nice work from TFAB. Tough race one. Very tough race one. I think he got a drive-through and a 30-second penalty. And did not go well for Fam. But race two, he's made amends. And that car currently runs up 22 laps here at round 6 at Misano. In first position, so nice work here. Let's thank, once again, just quickly, while we go roll in the proceedings, Asrnz for putting on the best ever 2026 Matchfit Entertainment GT3 World Challenge. These guys, final round in this first half of the series before we go to the Intercontinental part of the series where we will travel away from Europe. I think last round in Europe here at Misano tonight, and then we are off to, I think, Australia first at Bathurst, of course, and then Japan, and which I suspect will be Suzuka, and definitely will be, and then a few US tracks that we all love. I mean, there's a couple. I think Watkins. If they put Watkins in there, I'm there. Watkins Glen, I think Indianapolis, and Circuit of the Americas. Trying to read the chat box here. It's all consuming. Reading Warren Baker's text there, just saying Larry has new pedals that are active. Okay. These guys, gee, I think they're more hectic than they are active, I tell you. Just watching the body language of that car, it's hectic. I tell ya, Wally. But yeah, these guys got it all going on. These two cars are pretty much the two closest cars on a track at the moment, except for I think Steve. No, it's not. They are. They just are. These two guys. This is where the fight is, ladies and gentlemen. Damn, does that time run down fast? We've only got 10 minutes to run. McKellar will want to get a bit of a shuffle along. Has Larry got anything left in the tyre? T-Fam way out in front. With a healthy lead over Icarus. He can only the Icarus back a shot there. He is chasing. He's chasing hard. Icarus. They're nearly equaling their time set, but last time's Fam was a 34.347. Icarus was a 34.332. Lee Perkins was a 34.300. I mean, my God, these guys are running hot at the end of the race here. Again, into that turn one, that awkward little right-hand kick before the left-hander. Look, I did state at the top of this broadcast that I'm not a big fan of driving this track. But I do love broadcasting it. I'll tell you why, because that turn one kick, I remember being on the front row in first position, qualifying position, in our GT3 race here at Asrnz, and literally just backing my car into that turn one kick and destroying my race. Not a fan. It's still too early. I must have been in that 5 years ago. I'm still hurt. 25 laps in. Exactly right. T-Fam doing a stellar job. with a little over 8 minutes to go. Can't see anything changing. That is Icarus. Now, Icarus is close, but not within reach if there is no mistakes as those two guys just round those final couple of corners there and back onto the start-finish straight. So those guys, although in touch, I don't think there's any threat for a position change without a mistake. So TFAM definitely 100% got this wrapped up. Lee Perkins, however, I do not think this position is wrapped up at all. As we will probably focus our cameras on this as we wind down, I tell you, over the next 7.5 minutes. Perko driving it like a rally car there. And up over the curb, over the sausages. Oh, it doesn't even cover as he dips into the left-hander there. Whoa. The confidence of this man. It's okay to drive a car like that. You've got to keep it on track, and Perko's very much doing that now. Sideways must be very entertaining. Mr. McKellar, I tell you, right behind him. And get a load of this. Perko sideways into the final corner. Quite often sideways here as well. Keeps it tidy this time. The battle's on. So we're going to run down the wire here. 6 minutes to go. Change of direction. The Datsun just gets it done. It's clearly got the turn in. We can see it from the body language of the car. Hasn't got a problem with turn at all. It's the oversteer that it creates. It's the deal. And look at it again. So sideways. And onto that back straight. McKellar. I don't know whether he's got nothing forward or he's just holding back, just going, look, I just don't want to get amongst that. Just in case. It's spare shape. Just, even though Larry is so out there and wide and freaking sideways, I would have thought McKellar would have made a gain on that car, and he doesn't. He just sits back, and it's just like, it's almost like he's waiting to pounce. 5 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. Quickly scroll through this build very quickly because we need to get back to this action. It's going to wrap up pretty quickly. T-Fam leading the race. Icarus in second. We're just touching these guys. Touching on these guys. I mean, we've been out on them for bloody half an hour. But that's where the fight is. I was going to skim over these two guys and talk about the rest of the field, but we get back to them on the cameras and it is on again. Ashley Vertigo after a little slip up and after getting it done in the pit stop and leading those two cars. Now back in pit position, but Ensign has slowly worked his way back to the back of the Mustang. Shane Fondo and Steve Melling in 8th, Ash Dial in 9th. Phil Turner in a very shiny Ferrari. In 10th, holding down 10th position. Pretty Simpson in 11th. Grimmer and Jones in 12th and 13th respectively. Let's get back up to this fight because this is absolutely 100% where it is. And this isn't going to go away in the next 3.5 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. There it is! There's the mistake! Cam Magella, that's what he's been waiting for. And there it is again. Perko hooked the rears, potentially. Let's just get a load of this, ladies and gentlemen, from the chopper. Perko, just spectacular this whole race. Just gets the insides up on that curb. Unsettles the car. Skyline gets very wide. I mean, he just deals with it anyway. But compromised his run and McKellar through. Wow. Maybe he thought it was you, Wally. Oh, dear. Spectacular stuff in the final stages of the race. Put McKellar the bottom step of the podium. No threat to the rest of the boys. Vedica's still got a bit of a fight on his hand. He's got another lap or two here to do. I think if we just get up to Fam here. Where is Fam? Are these boys doing 133s? 134s, I would say, at this stage of the race. So they're definitely going to do another lap here. And they're going to do another 2 laps, mind you. Icarus in the background, over Fam, under Fam there. So Fam in first. Icarus in second. McKellar up, just a spectacular fight. Nearly, pretty much the whole race. Pretty much the whole race with Lee Perkins. And spectacular to watch for the last 50 minutes. Like, literally the whole race. Over Lee Perkins, 3rd and 4th respectively there. Ashley Bennigan, Jensen, Frodo, Melling, Ashdoll, and Phil Turner. Oh, Ashdoll around. What's going on there? Let's go pick up on a replay of that. What happened there? Here we go. We got him right up underneath the back of Melling's car here in the replay. Whoa, 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 whoa. So we see the TRD Lexi into the wall there. Oh, no, no, no. That allowed Turner pass. It quite possibly means Turner gets past here.
Alright, man. The leader is on the final lap. Give me the final.
No, and here we go. If we just come out of the replay there, you can see Turner clearly with Kenny Simpson behind him. Dial still in front. Dial with a damaged car and probably trying to get those tyres down to a working temperature that's suitable for the last lap of this race here. T-Fam, well, these guys are going to lap, I think. T-Fam on his final lap, well out in the lead. As we Icarus, McKellar, Perko, ready to go back Jensen, Shane Frodo, Steve Melly, and Ash Dial having a little come together there. Dial needs to stay focused here. Doesn't want to make it any worse. He's only lost 1 position to Melling there in that little exchange. He's really got to keep that thing pointing in the right direction, else it will be Phil Turner and Kenny Simpson past him. Quick, smart. And he will go from 9th to 11th if he is not careful. These boys rolling around this final complex corners there. You can see the pit lane on the left-hand side there. These guys will run another lap. T-Fam. Look how far out in front he is. It's just mad. Just smashed it out. That's him rolling around the final corner. T-Fam taking out first position in the feature race here tonight for round 6 at Misano in the Asrnz 2026 Matchfit Entertainment GT3 World Challenge. Ladies and gentlemen, Damo, Icarus, Jake McKellar in the... What a fight between him and Larry, aka Perko, aka Lee Perkins, Ashley Benniger with Jensen. Man, look how close these two are. A couple more laps. That could have changed. Shane Fodder though in 7th. In the Red Bull Lamborghini, that car just like really not getting a lot of airtime. He's literally kept his nose out of trouble there, and just run that feature. It's just a points gathering exercise, I suspect, for Fodder. Points leader in the championship at the moment. Steve Melling across the line for position. Ash Dial. Ooh. Across the line over Phil Turner, over Kenny Simpson. As Kenny Simpson run out of freaking fuel, I guarantee you that thing sounds like a freaking Tesla. You cannot hear it. He's run out of fuel. Oh my. It just doesn't stop. Oh my God. So nice work from the boys there. Look, I am strapped. You can hear it in my voice. I have been streaming all week, ladies and gentlemen. I don't have my other wing beside me. So no driver, no post-race driver interviews tonight. Thank you very much. But look, I've got to thank all you guys for tuning in tonight. Obviously, the regulars popping up in the chat box as well. You guys are freaking legends. Anybody new to the channel, please hit the like and subscribe button if you haven't already. Hit your notifications as well so you can keep up with everything Matchfit. Obviously, LMU's on Monday nights for Matchfit Entertainment. Then we got iRacing V8 Supercars, and then we got iRacing Porsche Cup cars on a Wednesday night. So Supercars Tuesday with bloody Porsche Cups on Wednesday, and then we're back here for Bathurst next Thursday with Asrnz in the ACC laboured cars. So, like I said, hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the notifications, keep up with everything that is Matchfit Entertainment, and look, jump over, links in the description, over to Asrnz. They've got plenty going on over there in 2026. Sign up to whatever you think you want to, but yeah, definitely support us and Asrnz by hit the like button on your way out tonight. Thank you everybody for joining us once again, viewers. We'll see you next week at Bathurst. Bye for now.